All right, I think we are live. I'm just gonna check a couple things real quick. Not seeing anything yet. Hmm. Are we seeing anything, guys? Not seeing anything on my end. Oh, we coming through now? We are. Excellent. Hey, everybody. Get back to the screen real quick. Excellent. Well, hello, everybody. We just streamed last night. Kind of got this all set up, did an overview of everything. Not going to be on all night tonight, so probably just jump right into it. Maybe wait till we get a viewer or two, but we will see. Um, as you can see, I have the little journal piece, the notepad piece pulled up right now. Kind of talked about my goals last time for the save, but I figured I'd go over them in a little bit more depth real quick, and kind of have them, here in black and white, literally. The long-term goals, I talked about it, but become the biggest American company. One that I didn't talk about, I've never really won a serious end-of-year award, so I'd like to win pay-per-view of the year of this save. Medium-term goals, this one's a little bit more abstract, but it's to push our crop of young mid-card talent and make them main eventers. As you've seen, we have a really stacked roster. We have some great main eventers and a lot of young talent, but a lot of those main eventers are in their mid-30s and stuff, and while they're in their primes, they're not going to be forever, and we also want to get, ahead of any contract issues or anything. We're probably not going to be able to re-sign all of our people. We have an Aaron Andrews, we have all the members of the Birthright. We have Running Wolf's pretty popular. Josh Taylor, Raymond Diaz, and we've already kind of talked about the last episode, do not have very much time left on his contract, and he's probably going to get a big offer from somebody. So yeah, that's kind of the goals for now. Looks like we have one person in the chat. Hey, how's it going? This is another screen I didn't have pulled up last time. I'm gonna wait just a minute before we get into the booking. We're gonna jump right in after that. You do start off with some morale issues in the company. Raymond Diaz, Mighty Mo, Daryl Devine, Hellcat, Hernandez, and Zofia Janikovic all have some version of morale issues, either minor or not. But yeah, I guess we'll get into booking. So normally when I would book for like one of like the series that I had done before, or just kind of how I would normally book, I'd go through and I have my storyline set up. We've kind of gone over those. I'll pull that up for now. That might be a little bit more useful for people to look at. I have my storylines and I kind of plot them out. I start at the end. So I go, where do I want this storyline to end? Where do I want this title reign to end? Where do I want this tag team to end? Whatever, feud to end. Start with the end. Then I go to the beginning and work my way towards that, knowing where I want to end up. But since we're kind of doing it a little bit differently this time, I'm not going to go through and do each piece by piece. I kind of have an idea of where I want these to go, but I figure we can kind of make this a little bit more fluid. If anybody has any ideas as we're going, they can obviously jump in. Well, yeah, I'm probably gonna, you see our storylines here. I'm probably gonna pick 3, I believe. Now I want to go to a product because I want to find out. Yeah, we have a regular focus on match focus, which means that I always forget what these exactly mean, but luckily, TEW basically answers everything in here. Match focus. With regular focus, 70% of the main event, 20% of the best matches other than the main event rating. So we are probably going to want to focus on having two really good matches every show. An angle focus, I believe we have a tight focus, 90% and then 10. And if not, it's the same as the match, 70 and then 20. So either way, yeah, it is tight focus. So either way, we are going to want to have two really good angles and two really good matches um, every show. So I will probably start off by doing those four things: two good matches, two big promos with some of our best guys. Try to weave them. I mean, they will be weaved into the storylines. Um, and then work off of that and see what other storylines haven't gotten touched, who else needs some stuff to do, who we haven't worked with in a while. Um, it's going to be one of the problems of juggling this big roster. And there are a couple storylines that I'm going to relegate, at least for now, to the B show breakout. I don't think we need a whole bunch of, we're not going to be able to fit all the storylines on the main show with what we have running right now, and some of the people in them aren't worthy of being on the main show right now. So I'm going to check one more thing real quick, guys. Just because we had some issues earlier, I just want to make sure we're still doing all right now. Cool, we are. So let's go ahead and go back to this. Cool. So, where do we have our storylines? Let's start off. Ace Alpha Predators versus the Birthright. This is going to be our main storyline, so we can honestly probably put an angle and a match for this. We don't want to go a match every, we want to kind of alternate and make that a pattern, how they would in real life, but let's start this way. So I think my kind of plan for this right now, we are going to play off the fact that, Aaron Andrews and Wolf Hawkins are kind of unsure of each other still at this point, so we could start off with like show opening promo. And, we'll call it Wolf Hawkins. We're not going to do all. Hawkins and Ace meet in ring and agree to be allies. Because that's kind of where we're at. As far as we know, Aaron Andrews has just turned babyface. He's just decided to join up with them. So we'll put Wolf Hawkins in it. Obviously, rate him on entertainment. Running Wolf, he can just kind of be stayed in there, so we won't write him, but he is part of the group. And then Aaron Andrews again, entertainment. I don't really mess with the storyline, the minor success. Does it, I don't know, you can let me know in the chat if that's something that you do. I don't know exactly how much it affects everything. But then we will obviously advance the storyline of Ace Alpha Predators. Awesome. Well, let's not do another match because, obviously, J Court's going to want to respond. The Birthright are not going to, take the fact that these two are aligning with themselves, now sitting down. So, maybe J Court's got some stuff cooking up his sleeve. Birthright. Call out Andrews and Alpha Preds. I think that, J Cord, he's going to offer up a title shot. And I do know exactly where I'm going to have this go, and we'll have some twists and turns along the way. But, since we're doing it live, I might as well show the booking process. I think it's a little bit easier to do it that way. We can kind of react to stuff together and kind of pivot and all that as well. Street Court's going to be in his bad boy. Hollywood Brett Starr, we are definitely going to have him talking. Greg and Matthew, they are good and charismatic, but we don't need, this is a 6-minute promo. We can just have a couple little barbs thrown from Jay Court and Hollywood. Again, not going to script them. They don't need to be scripted. And we will go ahead and, again, advance that storyline. So, since we're already kind of doing that, I don't know if I want a match in that storyline as well. That's kind of overkill. But depending on where the rest of the pieces fall as far as our main eventers and stuff, maybe we will, have something for that. Have a plan for the next week's main event. Actually, let me make this a little bit easier on myself and pull up my notes on my phone. Sorry, y'all. There we go. So our big matches. Who we got? We have currently. Come on. Go ahead and set up, since it's going to be our best match of the night, or should be our main event, best match of the night. Going to put our best road agent and our best ref in there. We'll decide the length once we decide who's going to be in it. So let's go ahead and we're going to take out unimportant, recognizable, well-known. Sorry, I know I'm kind of blocking that right now, y'all. Let me actually move my head down here for now. I think that's going to block us when we do this part. So we just won our stars and major stars, and we're not going to do an intergender match, so let's switch to male. And who we work with. See, here's what I said. The kind of cool thing and one of the problems with this roster, we have basically all our heels are the Birthright. Birthright and Yellow Jacket. So, we go to faces. We got Raymond Diaz, Roy Edison, Running Wolf, Wolf Hawkins. Again, all three of these guys are in the main storyline, and Roy Edison is not that great in the ring. So that leaves me to Raymond Diaz. But again, he doesn't quite have the stamina, I think it is, to go in a really long match. Yeah, 63 stamina. So, what do we do here, guys? I think what we're going to do is we will go ahead and have our main event be Birthright related. We'll go ahead and have it be Running Wolf versus Brett Starr. And just based off of what I think I want coming up going on, yeah, I think we're just gonna have we'll have Running Wolf win this one. Put him over. Give him a bit of shine, because he's gonna get beat a lot, unfortunately, going forward. Just because we're not gonna have Wolf Hawkins in here and just taking pins all the time. So since he's allied with them, sorry, buddy. We're gonna do it as an open match. We will go ahead and do it as a slow build because they have the psychology for it, and we need the timeline, the time since our main event, and we'll have it be a decisive match. We'll have it just be a just 17 or 15-minute match, 17 minutes overall. I think that makes the most sense. Cool. That will be our main event for the evening. So now we need one more really good match, and I'm pretty sure I know what I want it to be already. Well, I have two options, kind of. We're going to go ahead and pull this up. We have a tag team match. One of our other main storylines, the Diaz Dynasty versus Natural Storm versus Naturally Gifted versus Flynn and Keenan. We're going to go ahead and have another. No, we'll do this one 15 flat with the entrance time, but we will go ahead and have our best ref and best road agent on it. We'll go ahead and flip our tag teams. Flynn and Keenan. Naturally Gifted. We're actually going to have it be a draw because Natural Storm are going to interfere because they don't want either of these guys at full strength for their tag match. We'll make it a wild brawl. Because basically these guys are lined up who's going to be the next number one contender. So if they're facing off in a number one contenders match, Natural Storm, they don't want it to have a clean finish. They want it to be, knock both guys down a peg before they match up. So we're going to have it be a, where are we at? Double DQ. No, that's not what we want. We want to have interference finish. So that outside interference finish. We'll have Chris Flynn attacked by DC Rain. And we'll have Ernest Youngman attacked by Eddie Howard. Go ahead, book that. Boom. So now we've got ourselves two good matches. Oh. Probably going to go ahead and try to find one more good one. What is going on? Sorry, y'all. My computer is being weird right now. I may have to hop off, y'all. My computer is really doing some weird stuff off screen right now. We will figure that out here, hopefully. Yeah, we're gonna have to hop off real quick, guys. I do apologize. I'm gonna try and get this figured out. But my other monitor that is not being viewed right now is being really weird. So I will be right back, y'all. I do apologize. I'm gonna try and get this figured out ASAP.